If you've never used it before, Brasso can do a lot of amazing things. Take this cap on the connecting rod here. I've just spent the last 20 or 30 minutes polishing this cap and oiler and nut up, and it still needs a little bit of fine polishing. You can see it's not totally devoid of dark brown and black spots from oxide, but when I started on it, it looked like this right here, and I'm going to do this one next. And all of these parts I've hit with Brasso. You can tell the parts that I've hit and the parts that I haven't hit. This fitting here and this I've cleaned with Brasso. This brass knob, of course, was cleaned with Brasso. Back over here, of course, this brass piping and these brass valves I polished up with Brasso, and then this oiler here I've polished up with Brasso too. But Brasso will also clean and polish steel. And what you use to do it with will depend on the degree of polish. I've been using scotch-brite pads for the most part because I don't want a mirror polish. I want a nice satin polish on all the parts. And if you want to come back and do a mirror polish on the brass parts, it's not that hard to do. But for the most part, these only require a satin polish. And some of these were just left rough cast, like this valve here is just, you can see the sand casting marks in it. And some of these require a little bit more detailing than others, but for the most part, for an engine that sits in a building that's very open to the outside, even when it's closed up, this is going to be just fine, and a light film of oil can be wiped over everything that hopefully can be easily wiped off with kerosene at the beginning of each season. But that's very impressive, and if you've never used Brasso for cleaning other metals than brass, try it out because it works really great. And I might try to, on some of these oilers that are a little bit more special, such as this lubricator right here, which you use to manually oil the cylinder on startup. I think it's kind of special, and it should be brightened up a little bit more, so I might try some mag wheel polish or turtle wax polish on it. And this decorative knob finial here on this, I'd like for this to blind people when the sun shines in and reflects off. And right now it's just been polished with the steel wool and the Brasso, and I need to finish polishing this down to the bottom. As you can see, it's more brown there, but I've polished this, and some of this I really haven't polished. I've just cleaned all the old oil off. But the Brasso really does a good job of cleaning the metal up. And like I said, this cap, just look at it. It looks really nice. So yeah, Brasso, it's great for a lot of things. Have it in your toolkit.